May we please settle down and take our seats. Thank you. Good afternoon to everyone. And it is indeed a pleasure to be in this gathering, witnessing this proud moment of our candidates who have actually achieved this milestone of being admitted as our diplomates, fellows, and certificates this evening. I'm Yologazi Kanzi, the Academic Registrar at CMSA. And I'm sure it is quite a very prestigious moment for you to be in the presence of your loved ones who have been your source of support throughout your studies. On behalf of the executive, that is the CEO, Prof. Eric Buch, the Executive Director for Education and Assessment, Prof. Vanessa Birch, Mr. Davies, the Executive Director for Administration and Finance, and myself, the Academic Registrar, we welcome you and congratulate you. We welcome you to the lifelong journey of becoming a CMSA member. The CMSA is dedicated to promote the highest degree of skill and efficiency in medical and dental practice, and to cultivate the highest ethical standards and professional conduct, not for pecuniary profit, but for the betterment of humanity. I just want to also inform you that as we are doing the regional admission ceremonies, this is the third one that we are having this year. We will just take you through some of the procedures that are going to be taking place this evening so that you are well aware of what is going to happen. For our candidates, when you are going to walk up the stage, you'll be lined up. Please take the name card on your seat and please bring it to the Honorary Registrar who's going to be calling out your name. Please ensure that you wait until your name is called out in full. I know that excitement and anxiety kick in, but please make sure that your names are called out in full before you leave. When you stand here, then your name will be called and also a photograph is going to be taken. Now for the diplomates, you proceed to be handshaken by the president. Another photograph is going to be taken at that point. You proceed to receive a scroll. Now, if you are a recipient of the Certificate of Merit, you get 2 scrolls. That is the blue one and the gray one. Once you are done, you walk down and you will receive your Certificate of Merit at the table that is designated for such. Now, for our fellows and certificates who are going to be hooded, the same process. You bring name card, you wait for your name to be called in full, you get taken a photograph, you proceed to be hooded. You make sure that you hood it the correct way. Then your hand is shaken by the president. Another photograph is taken. Once again, you get a scroll. If you're a recipient of Certificate of Merit, you get 2 scrolls. You walk down again, and then you go back to your seat. We urge that you all go back to your seats without having to go to your loved ones, and you remain standing as this will not interrupt the session. We also ask that you stand, everybody stands for the academic procession until you are requested to take up your seats. That is also for when the procession enters and when it exits as well. Please do remain seated throughout the ceremony until the end. We do have our exit points. We've got our bathrooms right in front. There are indicators of where they are, the ladies on the other side and the gents on the other side. And we also have the photography room, which is right at the back. Once you are done with the ceremony, you are more than welcome to go and take family portraits. We also request that you please cooperate with our CMSA staff that are very friendly and they are there to assist you with any need that you may have. We request that at the end of the ceremony, you all remain in the hall as you are going to take a group photograph with the stage party. And please do return the gowns at the designated venue where you are to return the gowns. I thank you, and I'm sure our Honorary's representatives are going to take over from here. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to your graduation session. Kindly just give me a short moment to explain a few things with you or to you. Every graduate needs to bring a yellow card with. Please do note that it's not this is not an order form. This is the legal document between you and us for us to be able to photograph you. Some of you would come to the stage with a hood on your arm. I'm not exactly sure. There might be a difference from the Durban students. Those who do carry the hoods on their arms, you'll be proceeding forward. The difference between the certificates and the diplomas, remain forward, those who comes onto the stage with the hoods already dressed, this is the mark where you need to stand. You will find that there's a sticker on the ground. The first photograph of you lot will be taken from here. Those who carry his gowns will have a first photograph done at the banding box, of course, as he's explaining right now. And then afterwards, you need to proceed. Everyone will be photographed, being congratulated by the president with, at that area. Thank you. Ntando, thank you so much. That's going to happen there. And then don't come back straight as you just saw. Please go off the stage, and you'll see that there's arrows on the floor. A third photograph is taken there at the back, and then you return back to your respective seats. This set of photographs are taken of every graduate crossing the stage. However, if you want to have it sent to you in digital and print format, then you need to make an order if you haven't already done so. Once the procession has left the stage, we will be able to attend to you in the kids' church behind this venue. Thank you.
silence for prayer, for meditation, and for dedication. Thank you. Please be seated. I welcome you all to this admission ceremony of the Colleges of Medicine of South Africa. I'm Johan Fagan, and I'm the president of the CMSA. On the stage around me, I'm joined by our immediate past president and newly appointed dean of the Faculty of Health Sciences of the University of Pretoria, Professor Flavie Senkubuge, our senior vice president and president-elect, Professor Zach Kortor, our Vice President, Professor Johnny Mahlangu, our Senior Vice President-elect, Professor Daniel Montwedi, our Vice President-elect, Professor Mergen Naidu, senators, university academics in our 29 colleges, the CMSA executive, and our special guests. I wish to extend a special welcome to Professor Lionel Thompson, the Dean of the University of Cape Town Faculty of Health Sciences, who will be saying words of welcome, to Professor Ntobeko Ntuzi, the President and CEO of the South African Medical Research Council, who will be delivering the oration, Ms. Morel Wenger, the MEC for Health and Wellness of the Western Cape, who will be saying words of congratulations, and to Professor Tracy Naledi, who will be leading the recital of the CMSA pledge. Our special guests include Professor Glenda Gray, who will be receiving an honorary fellowship of the CMSA, Professor Karen Baikis, the Vice Dean, Learning Teaching of the University of Stellenbosch Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences, Professor Vera Sami, who is the Dean of the Faculty of Dentistry at the University of Western Cape, and Professor Jabu Mbokazi, who's the Chair of the Medical Education, Training and Registration Committee of the Medical and Dental Board. I'd also like to welcome representatives of Life Healthcare that is financially supporting our Learn at CMSA e-learning education platform and other donors to the CMSA. But the most special guests to welcome this evening are of course, our new diplomates, our new fellows, certificates, and most importantly, your family and friends. It's now my pleasure to announce the playing of the new CMSA anthem. The anthem was composed by a stalwart of the CMSA, Professor Matt House. I ask that we all stand for the anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. I now invite Professor Lionel Green Thompson, the Dean of the University of Cape Town Faculty of Health Sciences, to say words of welcome. Thank you.
Molweni, sanbonani, goeienaand. Welkom aan hierdie geleentheid. It's a special evening this evening because you're graduating, or you're being admitted to this fellowship in the 70th year of a truly African institution, which in its evolution over these 70 years has shown what resilience is and the extent to which change moves us in a positive direction in a truly African way. So welcome to those of you who will be acknowledged this evening for the achievements that you have attained. But perhaps more importantly, and it was really an absolute delight, it's something we don't see at university graduations, to the children who are here this evening, for the babies of people who will be qualifying. Just to acknowledge the families, and I really want to honor the sacrifices that you have all made in contributing to this journey that your friends and family may have taken on. But it is Africa Week this week. It is the week in which we acknowledge our location and our celebration of who we are as Africans. I asked at a function on Monday for the group to say what was the most African thing that happened to them in the last week. And so there were no answers. And I was really struck at the extent to which we don't just acknowledge that our existence is an African event. And tonight again is one such event that represents who and what we are as Africans, but more importantly, who we can become as Africans. And even as we think about African ideas, we recognize the fact that our differences take us to new places. And so this evening, if you were Swahili, you might say karibu. If you were Sisutu, amohela. Yoruba, kabo. If you're Igbo, you might say nabata. If you're Indian, you might say namaste or vanikum, or assalamu alaikum, or shalom. But all of those things just speak a little bit to who we are in this moment in Africa. But I want you to think back to that very first event that brings us to the sense of who we are as an African community. Kwame Nkrumah, the leader of Ghana, was the first African president to take us on this journey, which remains a stumbly and obstruction-full journey. But he recognized in that moment of independence just what he had to call his people to. And perhaps you, as you emerge from your qualifications now into an uncertain health system, I think already many of you may have had the problems of getting into a registrar process, the problems of getting out of a registrar process, but all of those things mark your journey. And I want you just to think about how that reflected in what Kwame Nkrumah was thinking as he led the first African nation on an uncertain path. He says this, and I'll try to adjust the genders so that I'm politically correct now. I don't think he had that problem. Kwame Nkrumah says this, and I quote, "Countrymen and women, the task ahead is great indeed, and heavy is the responsibility. And yet it is a noble and glorious challenge. A challenge which calls for the courage to dream, the courage to believe, the courage to dare, the courage to do, the courage to envision, the courage to fight, the courage to work, the courage to achieve." And I want you to recognize in your own journey the various courages that you are reflecting in this qualification. But all of those courages are needed to achieve the highest excellencies and fullest greatness of men and women. Dare we ask for more in life? And so just in conclusion, my wishes for you and for the college who acknowledges you by the qualification this evening, that as you embark, and some of you may already have spent a couple of months in new jobs, I wish you joy, a deep and lasting joy that goes beyond the happiness that will come occasionally. This joy that comes from doing what it is that you're supposed to be doing. I wish you compassion. First, compassion for yourselves, and then for those who come to you in their vulnerability. And that you always recognize that, in fact, your knowledge is written on the bodies of the vulnerable. And then agency, but the agency to enable the best possible future for the next generation. And as the local people would have said here, in the very first iterations of people who occupied the Western Cape, Kaisikai Gangans.
But thank you very much for that message of welcome. I have a housekeeping call or a message. There's a car, CAA 245911, CAA 245911, that's blocking the main gate. So if you recognize that registration number, if you could go and move your car. Right, I would next wish to say a few words about the CMSA. This year, the CMSA celebrates its 70th anniversary. It is best known for running national unitary examinations for medical and dental diplomates and specialists and subspecialists in collaboration with the universities who are responsible for education and training, MEd research dissertations, and for declaring trainees to be clinically competent. The CMSA works very closely with the universities. All universities have representation on the CMSA's 29 college councils and use the infrastructure and the expertise of the CMSA for their academics to examine their candidates. The CMSA is also supporting the universities in an advisory capacity with the design and implementation of workplace-based assessment, which will ensure clinical competence of the registrars. In recent years, the CMSA has evolved from being known principally as an examining body to fulfilling its founding objectives that include promoting ethical standards and professional conduct for the benefit of humanity and promoting the honor of the medical and dental profession. This has included transformation of the CMSA with a focus on gender and race of its leadership, making its examinations fairer, making examinations and admission ceremonies like this one more accessible, and making, to quote our immediate past president, Professor Flavia Senkebuge, the CMSA a people's college. The CMSA has established a health policy committee to share perspectives of specialist health care with national and regional departments of health whenever the shape and the future of our health care are debated. The CMSA has partnered with universities and Life Healthcare to establish a virtual e-learning platform called learn@cmsa.co.za to assist candidates to prepare for examinations and to assist with their MEd research. The CMSA also runs examiner training courses that are CPD accredited and webinars for its members. The CMSA launched its own high-quality, peer-reviewed, open-access medical and dental scientific journal called the Journal of the CMSA, or the JCMSA, in July 2023, to provide more opportunities to publish MEd dissertations, PhDs, and other research with a focus on Africa and lower and middle-income countries. It's been off to a flying start and is already DHET accredited, and an application for listing with PubMed has already been submitted. But the cost for authors to publish research has become prohibitively expensive in open access journals and discriminates against those who cannot afford article processing charges. The CMSA is therefore fundraising for an article processing charges waiver fund to ensure that the ability to pay is never a barrier to sharing research. For a CMSA, this is an important matter of social justice. We're initially aiming to raise about 12 million rand, the interest of which will cover the cost of 100 articles per year. And I urge you all to contribute to this waiver fund through donations on the donations portal of the CMSA website. And finally, the CMSA is planning to roll out its diplomas to the rest of Africa to improve healthcare also beyond our borders. However, today we are gathered not to speak about the CMSA, but to celebrate the successful conclusion of your diploma your specialist or your subspecialist examinations, and your admission as a member of the CMSA. We also celebrate your teachers, our universities, and our hospitals for giving you the opportunity to acquire your specialized knowledge and skills. And we acknowledge the CMSA for presenting an examination platform for our universities to fairly examine their candidates to ensure that they can safely enter specialized practice. We acknowledge the incredible voluntary commitment of the elected CMSA leadership, our senators, our college presidents, our council members, and all our examiners. It is now a great honor for me to invite Professor Ntobeko Ntusi to deliver the oration. Professor Ntusi is the President and Chief Executive Officer of the South African Medical and Research Council. Prior to that, he was Chair of the Department of Medicine at the University of Cape Town. He is a qualified physician and cardiologist and holds numerous additional qualifications, including a DPhil in cardiovascular medicine from the University of Oxford and an MD in cardiology from the University of Cape Town. He represented the College of Physicians on the Senate of the CMSA for many years. Professor Ntusi is a distinguished and highly respected figure in the medical community and a global opinion leader with a passion for evidence-based healthcare, health system research, non-communicable diseases, and universal health coverage. Through his research collaborations, he has extensive experience with basic science, translational, and clinical research. Professor Ntusi provides key scientific leadership globally through boards and scientific advisory committees of numerous organizations that he serves on. Professor Ntusi, we greatly look forward to your oration.
Professor Johan Fagan, President of the Colleges of Medicine of South Africa, Professor Zach Koto, President-elect of the College, Professor Eric Buch, Chief Executive Officer of the College, the Executive of the College, past presidents, my peers in the Senate and College, distinguished guests, esteemed faculty, teachers, and supervisors, proud families, and above all, our exceptional graduates. Good evening to you all. It is both an exceptional honor and a singular privilege to stand before you today as we celebrate a remarkable milestone, the completion of medical specialist training. For those who have not only endured one of the most rigorous journeys in professional education, but have emerged with wisdom, resilience, and a deepened sense of purpose. Today is a culmination, but it is also a beginning. Each of you arrived at this moment through a road paved with long hours, sleepless nights, intense study, emotionally taxing cases, and personal sacrifice, but also a road filled with passion, inspiration, discovery, camaraderie, and profound human connection. To graduate as a medical specialist is to accept a calling. It's not just a profession, it's a vocation. You have chosen not only to learn about the body and health systems and how to treat their attendant ailments, but to become stewards of healing, agents of hope, and defenders of dignity. Take a moment, truly take this moment to feel the wonder and weight of what you have accomplished. Few can do what you have done, and even fewer can do what you are about to do. Yours has been a journey of mastery and meaning. You entered medicine because of something intrinsic, something within you. whether it was a deep curiosity, a desire to serve, or a personal experience that forever changed your views of illness and care. And along the way, that initial spark may have been tested by the grind of clinical hours, by personal setbacks, and by the sheer complexity of the human body and mind. But you are here. You did not come this far by accident. Specialization is not merely about mastering content in an art form. It's about becoming a deeper version of yourself. The long years of training have refined your instincts, sharpened your judgment, and taught you to hold both science and humanity in the same breath. You have learned to ask not only what is happening in the body, but why, and most importantly, how to respond with compassion, excellence, and precision. We cannot speak of excellence in medicine without confronting the deep and persisting health inequities in our country. Too many lives, too many, are still shaped by where somebody is born, what language they speak, how much they earn, or the color of their skin. As specialists, you carry not only the tools to heal individual patients, but the responsibility to challenge the structures that harm entire populations. Health injustice is not just a social issue, it's a clinical reality, a public health emergency, and a moral failure. Whether through advocacy, system reform, mentorship, or research, your leadership must help dismantle these disparities and build a health system that serves with fairness, with dignity, and with compassion. You are stepping into a healthcare system as complex, dynamic, and urgent as the nation it serves. In South Africa, more than in most contexts, I would argue, medicine is practiced at a unique intersection of excellence and inequity. We are home to some of the most sophisticated academic hospitals on the continent, and at the same time, home to deeply underserved rural and peri-urban communities where resources are stretched and access is limited. You will be called not just to treat disease, but to advocate for justice, to innovate in the face of constraint, to heal within a system still burdened by the historical inequalities of the past, and yet striving towards a more equitable future. You will see the effects of poverty, violence, HIV, tuberculosis, malnutrition, and mental illness, alongside a broken health system. But you will also see the strength of our communities, the resilience of our people, and the deep cultural knowledge that often goes unacknowledged in formal care. South Africa needs you, not only as specialists in your field, but as advocates and leadership in the fight for a more humane and inclusive health system. The formulation and implementation of the National Health Insurance, the growing demand for quality public health services, and the migration of skilled professionals are all part of the reality you are inheriting. You will not only practice within the system, but you will shape it. Let me reflect briefly on the power of the symbols of your trade, the stethoscopes you carry, the scrubs you wear, the white coats you wear are not simply a symbol of clinical authority, they are garments of responsibility. You will not only practice within the system, they bind you to something larger than yourself. You will see your fellow humans at their most vulnerable. You will be trusted with secrets no one else will hear. You will be asked to enter rooms no one else is allowed into, and you will deliver both difficult news and healing words, and sometimes when there is nothing left to do, you will simply sit with someone in silence, and that too will be medicine. You will be the person that others turn to when their worlds are falling apart. And my appeal to you is that you hold that power humbly and wear it wisely. Medicine is an epitome of and is at the heart of ethical practice. In South Africa, where the demand for care often outweighs the supply, and where systemic gaps remain between what we know and what we can provide, your ethical compass will matter more than ever. You will face moral dilemmas, staff shortages, lack of life-saving medications, unavailability of functional diagnostic equipment, and other resource allocation decisions, informed consent under cultural complexity, justice in triage, and even the quiet compromise of doing less than you know is ideal because circumstances beyond your control demand it. And in these moments, I ask that you let your ethics lead you. Autonomy, beneficence, non-maleficence, and justice. These are not abstract principles. They are daily touchstones. Let your compassion guide you when protocol is not enough. Let your integrity speak, especially when it is difficult to do so. Your role as specialists is not only to provide care, but to ensure that care is ethical, equitable, and anchored in dignity. As the president of the South African Medical Research Council, I would be remiss in failing to touch on the importance of the spirit of inquiry in medicine, the role of research. In commemorating the 70th anniversary of the CMSA this morning, I spoke to this very subject. For doctors at every stage of their career, equally vital to their work is a commitment to scholarship. South Africa has made profound contributions to global medicine, from pioneering HIV treatments to developing innovative TB diagnostics and leading public health surveillance in times of crisis. But we must do more, and you are the ones to lead that innovation. Our region faces the world's major pharmaceutical and research agendas too often ignore. We need specialists who are not only consumers of knowledge, but creators of it. Whether in an academic hospital, or in a rural clinic, or in a community-based study, research is how we close the gap between what is and what could be. It is how we tailor solutions to our own context. It is how we stop importing answers and start generating our own. So here is my plea to each one of you. Ask questions, collect evidence, base your practice on that evidence, engage in clinical trials, write papers, challenge assumptions, and do it not for publications alone, but for impact, for patients who have been waiting for better answers for far too long. You are not only the healers of today, but you are the knowledge builders of tomorrow. In moments like these, we often focus on the graduates and for good reason. But in gratitude and recognition, I wish to pause and to acknowledge those who have made this day possible. To the faculty, teachers, trainers, and supervisors, thank you for your mentorship, your insistence on excellence, and your example of what it means to be a clinician and a teacher. To the families in this room and absent, thank you for standing by your loved ones through thick and thin. You carried their burdens alongside them. You cheered them on when they doubted themselves. This is your victory too. To every nurse, clerk, porter, administrator, and colleague in our wards and every healthcare setting, you were part of the village that shaped this group of specialists now being admitted. And most importantly, to the patients, those who trusted you, challenged you, taught you, some of whom are no longer with us. We honor them, for they made your learning real. Looking ahead, what is the future of medicine? My dear colleagues, you are stepping into a world where medicine is changing rapidly. We are entering an age of precision medicine, artificial intelligence, and biotechnology revolutions every day. But we are also facing crises in mental health, pandemics of non-communicable diseases, ever-increasing healthcare inequality, and emerging infectious pandemics, and those of environmental health. Technology will assist you, but it is your humanity that will define you in your practice. Algorithms may support your diagnosis, but they will never replace your empathy, your moral reasoning, and your ability to understand a patient's lived experience. Your task as specialists is not only to treat disease, but to see the whole person behind it. Your task is not only to stay updated, but to stay grounded. And as specialists, your role in shaping systems, mentoring younger colleagues, conducting research, and advocating for better care has never been more important. We need your voices in leadership, we need your courage in reform, and we need your compassion in every ward and healthcare setting. In closing, I have a few words of encouragement, both for the new specialists in our midst, as well as my peers who've been practicing for many years. One, stay curious. Medicine is a lifelong learning process. This qualification should not be the end of your education. It's a license to keep asking better questions. Two, protect your humanity. Daily in our profession, you will see pain, grief, injustice. Don't numb yourself. Let these move you, but also learn when to rest. Burnout helps no one. Your well-being is not a luxury. It's essential for our health system. 3, lift others as you rise. Remember how hard the path was to get to where you are today. Be the person who makes it easier for the next generation. Share your knowledge, encourage others. Medicine is not a competition, it's a collaboration. 4, keep your moral compass about you. Let your decisions be guided by the ethics you swore to uphold and the compassion that brought you here. 5, be part of the evidence. I encourage all of you to contribute to research that matters, locally and globally. Let your questions help transform our understanding of health in South Africa and beyond. And finally, celebrate victories, however small. Not every patient will be cured. Not every day will end with a thank you, but your work matters. And even when it's invisible, especially then, it matters. So as you cross the stage and receive your recognition, know this: you carry with you not only your personal dreams, but the hopes of every community you will touch. You are the specialists South Africa needs, and you are the leaders, healers, and change makers of tomorrow. You have earned your place not only in medicine, but in the hearts of those you will serve. May your careers be filled with purpose, dignity, and grace. Now go forward, and may you always practice medicine with the mind of a scientist, the heart of a servant, and the soul of a healer. I wish you well.
Professor Ntusi, thank you for a wonderfully thoughtful and powerful your oration. We now proceed to a very special item on the agenda. That's the awarding of an honorary fellowship of the Colleges of Medicine of South Africa. Election to honorary fellowship is the highest honor that the CMSA can bestow. And tonight's recipient of an honorary fellowship is Professor Glenda Gray. I invite Professor Gray to come forward and to stand to my left of the table, and I ask that Professor Johnny Mahlangu come forward to read the citation. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, graduates, esteemed colleagues, families, and friends who are here to celebrate. It is indeed an honor and a privilege to introduce to you an extraordinary South African and a global scientific leader, Professor Glenda Gray. Professor Gray is one of the most decorated and impactful health researchers of our time. She is the immediate past president and CEO of the South African Medical Research Council and currently serves as the distinguished professor and director of the Infectious Disease and Oncology Research Institute at the University of the Witwatersrand in Johannesburg. She's also professor in the Vaccine and Infectious Disease Division of Fred Hutchinson Cancer Center in Seattle in the USA. Professor Gray's career has been one of visionary science, of unrelenting commitment to public health, and of courageous leadership. But long before the accolades and the titles, she was like all of you here. She was a clinician, a medical doctor, and in fact trained as a pediatrician, trained to listen, to fight disease, and to uplift human spirit. But she did not stop there. The calling quickly expanded far beyond the wards that you are working in. Her health research journey began with the prevention of mother-to-child transmission of HIV, especially through breastfeeding. She became a pioneer in post-exposure prophylaxis and affordable antiretroviral interventions in low-resource settings. She co-founded the perinatal HIV research unit at Chris Hani Baragwanath Hospital in Johannesburg, transforming it into one of the world's leading research sites for HIV prevention and treatment. Through rigorous science and global collaboration, she helped to secure competitive funding in excess of 120 million per year. And this was not for prestige, but to answer real problems encountered by real people. She challenged and entrenched thinking and changed and redefined global policy in the last several decades. After receiving the Fogarty Fellowship to study clinical epidemiology at Cornell and Columbia universities, she broadened her focus to include clinical trial design, vaccine development, and socio-behavioral research. Over the last 2 decades, Professor Gray has led studies that have changed the course of public health, both locally and internationally. As co-principal investigator of the HIV vaccine trial network, she co-leads the largest and the most influential global network of HIV vaccine trials, which is responsible for 80% of such trials being conducted worldwide. Her leadership has been instrumental in shifting the vaccine research agenda from one of global north to the one where we are all proud, where there is actually an epicenter of clinical trials and research happening in our part of the world, the sub-Saharan Africa. Professor Gray has worked in COVID, equally vital, from Operation Warp Speed to the Sesonke clinical trial, which almost all of you here would be familiar with, to her project in wastewater surveillance. She has remained at the forefront of scientific responses to one of the greatest public health crises in our time, which is the COVID-19 pandemic. She has advised the World Health Organization, the Solidarity Fund, and has chaired many national and international research efforts to ensure equity and evidence-based information and decision-making. As a leader, Professor Gray has redefined excellence. She was the first woman to lead the South African Medical Research Council. Under her stewardship, the organization achieved multiple clean audits, expanded its global reach, and spearheaded transformation in the health research sector. She has lifted many institutions, empowered the next generation of scientists, and stood firm, sometimes under intense public scrutiny, for the science independence. As one quotation reminds us, outstanding leadership in science is not measured solely by the discoveries, but by the ability to uplift institutions to shape public health and to empower the next generation of scholars. Professor Gray has many accolades, and it would be not justice for me to go through all of them, but allow me to highlight a few of those. She is the recipient of the Order of Mapunguwe, South Africa's highest civilian honor for achievements on the international stage. She has received the Nelson Mandela Health and Human Rights Award, the EDCTP Outstanding African Scientist Award, the TWAS Prize for Building Scientific Capacity in Africa. She has been named by the Time magazine as one of the top 100 most influential people and recognized by Forbes as Africa's 50 most powerful women and champion of change. She holds 3 honorary doctorates. She is a fellow of multiple prestigious academies, including the US National Academy of Medicine, the African Academy of Sciences, and the World Academy of Sciences. On a personal note, as chair of the South African Medical Research Council, I had the privilege of seeing Professor Gray in action. She is laser-focused, uncompromising in her ethics, and relentless in pursuing equity and impact. As you walk off this stage into your careers as specialists, remember this: your expertise is only the beginning. The question is, how will you use this expertise? Will you defend the vulnerables? Will you speak truth to power? Will you push the boundaries of what is possible in science, medicine, and equity? If the answer to all of these questions is yes, then you are walking in the footsteps of giants. Please join me in welcoming one of those giants, an extraordinary scientist, a mentor, a warrior of justice. Please welcome Professor Glenda Gray.
Okay, thank you. Professor Gray, we feel wonderfully so privileged to have you as the Honorary Fellow of the Colleges of Medicine of South Africa. And I thank Professor Mahlangu for his wonderful citation. We will now proceed to the presentation of medals and awards, followed by the admission of new fellows by peer review, followed by admission of new diplomates, of fellows and certificates by examination. Fellowships by peer review are conferred by a Senate of the CMSA on colleagues who hold specialist degrees and are registered with the HPCSA as specialists in disciplines of medicine or dentistry, for which they have been nominated for fellowship by peer review by their constituent college or the board of directors, and have been active in their disciplines for at least 10 years, are resident in South Africa, and have been subjected to peer review by a formally appointed peer review subcommittee. I ask that all the diplomates, fellows, and certificates remain in the hall until the end of this evening's proceedings for a group photograph with the stage party. So if we can now proceed with the, who's going to be chairing? Thank you.
Thank you, President. It is my honor to welcome and present the Janssen Research Foundation Medal to Dr. Lufnish Bisnath Singh. The Jaime Samson Medal by Dr. Paramasivan Sondran. The GSK Medal by Ilyas Ahmed Paka. the Team Juan model by Teresia Amanda Rubla. The Boyega Ogbansho model by Tamrin Jane Baytop. The Henry Klugman model by Jessica Stevens Gamon. Particularly honor for me to present three medals to the same individual. The Asha Duff Model for Best Clinical Candidate, the Suzman Model for Best Overall Candidate, and the Ian Hickinson Model for Best FCP Part 2 Candidate to Nicola Kimberly Wills. Honor to present the J.M. Engelston Medal to Edward Joseph Fuzi. The Robert McDonald Medal to Sabiha Musa. The Lean Gillis Model to Rahist Dusruth. The SASCRO Model to Jade Frank Botfield Pesson. The SASCRO Medal to Darlington Shikwana. The Douglas Award to Roxane Ruas. The Lionel Goldschmidt Medal to Johannes Edward Delport. It is my honor to present the certificate by peer review of the College of Surgeons to Professor Daniel Mutswedi. It is my honor to present the fellowship by peer review in internal medicine of the College of Physicians to Professor Vernon Johan Lowe.
Well done, Leon.
Mr. President, it is my honor to present the following candidates who were successful in the higher diploma in family medicine of the College of Physicians of South Africa. Sylvia Bope Kabinda. Higher Diploma in Family Medicine of the College of Family Physicians of South Africa, Wilton Jason Fredericks. Mr. President, it's an honor for me to present the following candidates for the Higher Diploma in Orthopedics of the College of Orthopedic Surgeons of South Africa, Cody Trent McGregor. Oladapo Ogunajemit. Mr. President, it is an honor for me to present the following candidates for the Diploma in Anesthetics of the College of Anesthetists of South Africa, Mary Amwebu. Sipesihle Palesa Nomhle Ngongco. Manis Henning. Laja Kakushoshwa Liambo. Ashika N. Joseph. Litore Nirvana Joseph. Fatima Madi. Megan Males, awarded the Certificate of Merit. Theodore Sipesihle Masugu. Julita Kitwe Mbangula. Siposetu Kanya Monia, awarded the Certificate of Merit. Teresia Amanda Rubla. Amanda Prudence Tobie Ramulefe. Mr. President, I have an honor to present to you candidates for the Diploma in Allergology of the College of Family Physicians of South Africa, Helen Ria Hunk, awarded Certificate of Merit. Mr. President, I have an honor to present the candidate for the Diploma in Child Health of the College of Pediatricians of South Africa, Carly J. Badenhorst. Sandika Bray. Tali Daniel Druka awarded the Certificate of Merit. Ritabile Kevin Mabe. Shauna Francis McGregor. Gabriela Aliza Udang awarded the Certificate of Merit. Likard van der Skeef. Clarice Viljoen awarded the Certificate of Merit. Paula Edwards awarded Certificate of Merit. Mr. President, I have the honor to present candidates for the Diploma in Forensic Medicine of the College of Forensic Pathologists of South Africa in Pathology, Alison Jane Aronson. Takira Hadley. Mr. President, I have the honor to present successful candidates for the Diploma in HIV Management of the College of Family Physicians of South Africa. Asma Adam awarded the Certificate of Merit. Carly J. Badenhorst awarded the Certificate of Merit. Lauren Rose Baron awarded the Certificate of Merit. Henning Roland Dickelman awarded the Certificate of Merit. Nicola Dutoy awarded the Certificate of Merit. Anjali Kuveji Raisa Mula Adam Mauser, Tivaras Naika awarded the Certificate of Merit. Gillian Naudi awarded Certificate of Merit. Tembega Ngubane, Tavisha Pillay, Jarek Mark Thompson, awarded Certificate of Merit. Maheen Walid, awarded Certificate of Merit. Shard Whittles, awarded a Certificate of Merit. Buhle Bemvelo Mafungwashe Zipho Zimba, awarded Certificate of Merit. Mr. President, I have the honor of presenting successful candidates for the Diploma in Mental Health of the College of Psychiatrists of South Africa, Tasmin Khafour, Muhammad Junay Ismail, awarded a Certificate of Merit. Sarah Francis Lay, awarded a Certificate of Merit. Samira Mayet, Nuran Murat, Wamahlubi Ngoma, Rosie Matilda Tinnison, awarded Certificate of Merit. Shia Claire Walls, awarded Certificate of Merit. Hussein Way, awarded Certificate of Merit. I Ting Wong, awarded a Certificate of Merit. Mr. President, I have the honor to present successful candidates for the Diploma in Obstetrics of the College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists of South Africa. Michael Brendan De Barros, awarded Certificate of Merit. Chantel Domen, awarded a Certificate of Merit. Andy Swa Oyena Goniwe, awarded a Certificate of Merit. Maketa Lipalahema, Anela Mzegeli, Naznim Pelodia, Teresia Amanda Rubla, Naila Samodin awarded Certificate of Merit. Mr. President, I've got the honor to present successful candidates for the Diploma in Ophthalmology of the College of Ophthalmologists of South Africa, Chantel Buertes. Megan Van Sale awarded a Certificate of Merit. Mr. President, I'm presenting to you the successful candidates for the Diploma in Primary Emergency Care of the College of Emergency Medicine of South Africa, Nadia Biko. Bradley James Botto. Justin Matthew Silone. Renette DeLange. Rashmika Diplau. Nuha Dolly. Rosil Fowler. Catherine Gier. Aisha Korowali. Andrea Leroux. Amin Lee awarded Certificate of Merit. Happy Ndeba Litoke. Lana Matthews. Anne Papavanas. Stephanie Pegram. Maruf Said awarded a Certificate of Merit. Rebecca Tsai. Leletu Tsetsana. Bianca Rachel Walker. Mr. President, I have the pleasure to present candidates who were successful in the fellowships. We are starting with the Fellowship of the College of Anesthetists of South Africa, Jacobus Badenhorst. Kay Barnard, Chini Botha, Roxane Berger, Daniel Gillis, Malis Hasbrook, Kirsten Ann Hoot, Brian Anthony Klein-Smith, Sipe Maxwell Libazi, Zininzi Patience Makalima, Leanne Robin Messia, Queen Eugene Samuel, Kulile Singata, Vonley van Eden Hubert, Heinrich Johannes Weber, Mr. President, I have the honor to present successful candidates for the Fellowship of the College of Cardiothoracic Surgeons of South Africa. Rusununguko Kanyongo. Mr. President, I have the honor to present successful candidates for the Fellowship of the College of Emergency Medicine of South Africa, Letitia Lutig. Mr. President, I have the privilege to present successful candidates for the Fellowship of the College of Family Physicians of South Africa, Tamrin J. Bater. Francois Mukuna. Teresa Amanda Rubla awarded a Certificate of Merit. Johanna Sophia Winning. Mr. President, I am presenting successful candidates for the Fellowship of the College of Forensic Pathologists of South Africa, Linke Perold. Mr. President, I'm presenting successful candidates for the Fellowship of the College of Maxillofacial and Oral Surgeons of South Africa. Pietrius Jacobus van der Merwe awarded a Certificate of Merit. Mr. President, I am presenting successful candidates for the Fellowship of the College of Neurologists of South Africa, Taryn Adrian Europa. Desmond Ezra Kofi awarded a Certificate of Merit. Mr. President, I have the honor to present successful candidates for the Fellowship of the College of Neurosurgeons of South Africa, Patricia Kambinga Soda Ngimba. Sakina Mehboob Rashid awarded a Certificate of Merit. Mr. President, I'm presenting successful candidates for the Fellowship of the College of Nuclear Physicians of South Africa, Danielle Smith Chilubane. Mr. President, I'm presenting successful candidates for the Fellowship of the College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists of South Africa, Tamala Shora. Ulebohang Kumbilani Dihang. Farai Kones. Juveria Collier. Morgan Carla Lucas. Lunga Goodman May to be hooded by the wife, Dr. Adai. Rumbizai Mbutsi. Pumza Nchulega awarded a certificate of merit. Lindikaya Nabela awarded a certificate of merit. Steve Love Mo Ntunja. Rafik Peters awarded a certificate of merit. Nomkhosi Lungile Phakathi. Musina Grace Ramusina. Priska Shimang. Marco Clint Swanepoel. Mr. President, I have the honor to present to you successful candidates for the Fellowship of the College of Ophthalmologists of South Africa. Gary Edward Brown awarded a merit certificate. Suret Engelbrecht. Mansour Wasi. Mr. President, I'm presenting successful candidates for the Fellowship of the College of Orthopedic Surgeons of South Africa, Bradley Ronald Bonner. Edward Joseph Fuzi. Jayesh Dinesh Haribai. Dane Gary Maimin awarded a certificate of merit. Siyabonga Edward Elias Ngongwane. Francis Verfus. Mr. President, I'm presenting successful candidates for the Fellowship of the College of Otorhinolaryngologists of South Africa, Louisa Juanita Maria Bronwell. Ann Thomas. That's easy. Mr. President, I'm presenting successful candidates for the Fellowship of the College of Pediatricians of South Africa, Melissa Abrams. Melvin Felicity Amankra. Francis Ashton. Na Aike Bexton Tete. Karin Corizon, awarded with a certificate of merit to be hooded by the husband, Dr. Opel. Helen Christian. Stacy Ann Foree. Anikan Ganesan, awarded a certificate of merit. Jayandri Gordon, awarded a certificate of merit. Keris Alexandra Jones, awarded a certificate of merit. Watipaso Kalisa Ngoma, Tasmin Kemp, Lizzie Leroux, Riatile Kevin Mabe, Sabina Musa, awarded a certificate of merit. Nakita Nitin Neren. Kushbu Pradik Kumar Soni, awarded a certificate of merit to be hooted by the father, Dr. Soni. Linestri Thava, awarded a certificate of merit. Krishna Totekan. Annette Van Katterson. Badi Watunda. Mr. President, I have the honor to present you successful candidates for the Fellowship of the College of Pediatric Surgeons of South Africa, Charles Frederick Collar. Mr. President, I'm presenting successful candidates for the Fellowship of the College of Pathologists of South Africa in Anatomical Pathology, Mishka Adam. Cornelie Marie Dietrich, to be hooded by the father, Dr. Dietrich. Marite Dutoit, to be hooded by the husband, Dr. Dutoit. Khalid Fakir. Sharon Kiruka Haba. Congratulations. Jared Lun. Mr. President, I'm presenting successful candidates for the Fellowship of the College of Pathologists of South Africa in Virology, Muepeng Joyce Masego. Mr. President, I'm presenting successful candidates for the College of Physicians of South Africa, Savraz Beg. Shadwin Frederick Corrin. Nazreen Daniels. Vincent Ikacheng Dipatane. Lillian Lees Engelbrecht. Wandile Kanya. En Janse van Vieren. Montaniqui Leanne Jeffries. Mpaso Lisa Kumpumula. Muhammad Ali Mafut. Pumela Machakeni. Phako Mautle. Pilani Ezekiel Mkize. Kio Ikanse Mpo Kodonediwe. Lirato Neo Mohantle. Charmaine Schmidt, to be hooded by the husband, Dr. Oxley Oxland. Nicola Kimberly Wills. Nokuthula Tobile Zwane. Shakira Dawood, to be hooded by the husband, Dr. Beg. Mr. President, I'm presenting successful candidates for the Fellowship of the College of Psychiatrists of South Africa, Nelao Mhata. Kirsten Rowe. Spindile Pamela Zungu. Mr. President, I'm presenting successful candidates for the Fellowship of the College of Public Health Medicine of South Africa. Jessica Stevens Gamon. Inek Josepha Leinen, awarded a Certificate of Merit. Vanessa Mudali, awarded a Certificate of Merit. Mr. President, I'm presenting successful candidates for the Fellowship of the College of Diagnostic Radiologists of South Africa, Petri Alas. Jacques Benz. Jatil Kasim, to be hooded by the father, Dr. Ranshot. Peter Parent Kotsie. Brian Mupepe. Azar Sidat, to be hooded by the father-in-law, Dr. Amra. Christian Slade. Brad Wagner. Mr. President, I'm presenting successful candidates for the Fellowship of the College of Radiation Oncologists of South Africa, Tsepiso Choma. Zain Dalvi. Priska Njeri Mutugi. Kaylin Naidu, Adnan Said, Nicole Jane Takom, awarded a Certificate of Merit. Mr. President, I'm presenting successful candidates for the Fellowship of the College of Surgeons of South Africa, Nabil Alopi. Charlie Margaret Shibuye. Ulrich Cronier. Saliha Gabriels. Paco Mutla Silelo. Zandri Pinar. Hemley Raina. Ruxane Ruos, awarded a Certificate of Merit. Anissa Sekason. Mr. President, I'm presenting successful candidates for the Fellowship of the College of Urologists of South Africa, Johannes Edward Delpo. Mr. President, I'm presenting successful candidates for the subspecialty certificate in allergology of the College of Pediatricians of South Africa, Marshe Maharaj. Presenting successful candidates for the subspecialty certificate in cardiology of the College of Pediatricians of South Africa, Christiana Adutaki. Presenting successful candidates for the subspecialty certificate in cardiology of the College of Physicians of South Africa, Sumanth Karamchand. Aline Mazaza, to be hooded by the father, Prof. Mazaza. Mr. President, I'm presenting successful candidates for the subspecialty certificate in clinical hematology of the College of Pathologists of South Africa, Siphiwe Mandla Baloyi.
Well done, Spirit.
Mr. President, I'm presenting successful candidates for the subspecialty certificate in clinical hematology of the College of Physicians of South Africa, Jonathan Oxley Oxland. Mr. President, I'm presenting successful candidates for the subspecialty certificate in critical care of the College of Anesthetists of South Africa, Nicole Lucy Fernandez, to be hooded by the husband, Dr. Lowe. Mr. President, I'm presenting successful candidates for the subspecialty certificate in endocrinology and metabolism of the College of Physicians of South Africa, Melanie Fatsani Moyo. Rosina Nodin. Mr. President, I'm presenting successful candidates for the subspecialty certificate in gastroenterology of the College of Physicians of South Africa, Desiree Leanne Moodley. Presenting successful candidates for the subspecialty certificate in gynecologic oncology of the College of Obs and Gynae of South Africa, Halima Adai, who will be hooded by the husband, Dr. May. Sadiq Ahmed Kamrudin awarded a Certificate of Merit. Maxwell Takura Shimhina awarded a Certificate of Merit. Amakaki Guni awarded a Certificate of Merit. Avuyile Mguka. Celeste van Drinek awarded a Certificate of Merit. Mr. President, I'm presenting successful candidates for the subspecialty certificate in infectious diseases of the College of Pediatricians of South Africa, Adraina Na Moko Asante, awarded with a Certificate of Merit. Mr. President, I'm presenting successful candidates for the subspecialty certificate in infectious diseases of the College of Physicians of South Africa, Ying Zhao. Mr. President, presenting successful candidates for the subspecialty certificate in neonatology of the College of Pediatricians of South Africa, Rita Angela Naziwa. Mr. President, I'm presenting successful candidates for the subspecialty certificate in nephrology of the College of Physicians of South Africa, Megan Terrain Dudley. Nkululo Alan Gigi to be hooded by the wife, Dr. Mshengu Gigi. Martin George Kamponda. Boikolo Veronica Kesenogile. Mr. President, I'm presenting successful candidates for the subspecialty certificate in neuropsychiatry of the College of Psychiatrists of South Africa, James Berger. Mr. President, I'm presenting successful candidates for the subspecialty certificate in pulmonology of the College of Physicians of South Africa, Bulelwa Priscilla Mbena. Mr. President, I'm presenting successful candidates for the subspecialty certificate in rheumatology of the College of Physicians of South Africa, Kiran John, to be hooded by the husband, Dr. John.
I request that the new diplomates, fellows and certificates please stand for recital of the CMSA pledge led by Professor Tracy Naledi.
The Colleges of Medicine of South Africa is dedicated to promoting the highest degree of skill and efficiency in medical and dental practice, and to cultivating the highest ethical standards and professional conduct for the betterment of humanity. Please repeat after me. I shall always advance and uphold the core ethical values of social justice and health equity. I shall always act in the best interest of my patients and respect their autonomy and rights, and treat them with care and compassion. I shall never allow consideration of financial reward career advancement or reputation to compromise my judgment or care to my patients. I shall continue to advance my knowledge and skills to offer my patients the best care. I shall continue to learn and teach for the benefit of my patients, my trainees, my community, and my country. I shall respect my mentors and colleagues and readily offer them assistance and support. I undertake to support the mission of the Colleges of Medicine of South Africa and to abide by its code of conduct. Thank you. Please have a seat.
It is now my privilege to invite Ms. Wenger, the MEC for Health and Wellness of the Western Cape, to come to the podium to share words of congratulations.
Thank you. Good evening, distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, and most importantly, our newly admitted members of the Colleges of Medicine of South Africa. Let me start by congratulating Professor Glenda Gray on your well-earned accolade this evening. And tonight we gather to celebrate an extraordinary achievement, yours. Becoming a medical specialist is no small feat. It is the result of countless hours of study, immense personal sacrifice, and an unwavering commitment to excellence. For that, I offer you my warmest and most heartfelt congratulations. You've made it through a very demanding journey, and tonight we honor not just your success, but also your resilience and your dedication. But no one makes it to this moment alone. Behind each of you is a network of support, your mentors, professors, colleagues, and of course your families and loved ones. They encouraged you when you were weary, celebrated your wins, and stood by you during the hardest days. To them, we say thank you. Your support has made this moment possible. As I reflect on the healthcare system we are working so hard to build, one that is inclusive, compassionate, responsive, and resilient, I'm reminded by of a quote by Atul Gawande, who said, "Better is possible. It does not take genius, it takes diligence. It takes moral clarity, it takes ingenuity, and above all, it takes a willingness to try." These words capture the very spirit of this moment and of the healthcare journey that lies ahead. Because building a better system, one that truly serves all, doesn't depend on perfection, but does depend on commitment and care. It requires not just clinical skill, but moral purpose, creativity, and the courage to keep moving forward, even when the challenges feel great. You, our newly admitted specialists, are the future leaders of healthcare in South Africa. You are the ones who will help shape a system that is not only world-class in clinical standards, but also deeply rooted in compassion and equity, a system that meets people where they are and ensures that no one is left behind. In the Western Cape, our vision is to build an educated, healthy, and caring society where every resident can live a life that they value. For the Department of Health and Wellness, this means walking a lifelong journey with our patients so that they can start well, live well, and age well. But we cannot achieve this alone. We need your expertise, your insights, your commitment to help build a healthcare system that truly serves all. And we must do this even in constrained and challenging environments. I know it's no easy task, but looking around this room, I'm filled with hope because I see the future of healthcare right here in each of you. You will be there in moments of crisis and in times of joy, in silence and in chaos, whether your work is in surgery, pediatrics, psychiatry, anesthetics, or any other vital specialty. What unites you is the power to change lives and the deep value you place on the humanity of each person. Tonight's ceremony also reminds us of the essential role that institutions like the Colleges of Medicine of South Africa play in upholding the highest standards of our profession and in promoting ethical, excellent practice. Thank you to the CMSA leadership and academic partners for your tireless work in nurturing the next generation of specialists. For the past 70 years, the CMSA has helped shape healthcare in South Africa, and I wish you continued success for the next 70 years and beyond. To our new members of the colleges, wear this achievement with pride. Wear it with pride, but also with purpose. Carry it forward into every hospital corridor, every community, and every consultation. Be the kind of doctor who not only heals, but who truly cares. Because ultimately, our shared goal is not only to treat illness, but to build a country where every person has access to the kind of healthcare that honors their dignity, sees their humanity, and gently restores their hope. Thank you for all that you have already given, and all that you will still give. Congratulations once again, and here's to the work ahead and to the extraordinary future that you will help us to build. Well done.
Right, thank you very much. And I must remind you all that that we're so blessed to have such a good healthcare system in the Western Cape, which has made it possible for us to train. I now also have the pleasure of welcoming our new diplomates, fellows, and certificates to our Colleges of Medicine of South Africa community. This is indeed a time for great celebration. Now I give our diplomates, our fellows, and certificates the opportunity to stand up, to make a big noise, and to acknowledge your family and your teachers. Now, the CMSA is a voluntary membership organization. With more than 11,000 members, it is the biggest community of specialists and diplomats in South Africa. However, it is only through your continued membership and support that the CMSA can continue to contribute to maintaining standards of specialized medical and dental practice in South Africa, to advocate on behalf of specialists and diplomats, to engage government on health policy, to support education and training through the new Learn at cmsa.co.za e-learning platform, and to promote research through the Journal of the Colleges of Medicine of South Africa. The CMSA recently held the first elections for representatives of the Young Specialist Forum. I invite you all to get involved with the Young Specialist Forum of the CMSA. The Young Specialist Forum presents an opportunity for you to get involved in advocacy around health matters, to mentor trainees, to develop online preparatory education material for candidates, and to be trained as examiners at an earlier stage in your careers, and to be an important voice for young specialists on the CMSA's councils, committees, and Senate. I understand that your joy of completing your training may be tempered by the crisis in public health care in South Africa, with financial cuts impacting all levels of health care. As newly qualified specialists and subspecialists, you have limited career opportunities in public hospitals due to frozen posts and contraction of services. This is not only bad for provision of much needed specialist services to our communities, but also challenges our ability as a country to educate and train not only diplomats, specialists and subspecialists, but also medical students, and this will have long-term effects on healthcare. The CMSA will continue to advocate to protect diplomat and specialist training and services, and where rationing is inevitable, that it's done ethically and that it mitigates the impact on healthcare to the broader population, and that we protect education and training and research. My plea is that despite this challenging healthcare situation, that you remain in South Africa, where your services are desperately needed. Practicing specialist medicine in low and middle income country settings can be challenging and at times very frustrating, but can be professionally highly rewarding. With less than 5% of patients in Africa having ready access to safe, affordable surgery, this is where you can have the biggest impact as an anaesthetist or a surgeon, and the same is true for all specialist disciplines. I ask that you continue to read, to conduct research, to grow and to broaden your minds, and to share your knowledge and skills by remaining involved in teaching programs, even as unpaid honorary consultants. There have been disturbing reports recently about alleged bullying and loss of life of junior doctors working in public hospitals. The CMSA shares the deep concerns voiced by the South African Committee of Medical Deans and others who have released public statements in this regard. The CMSA is always available to provide mentorship and support to both junior and senior colleagues. We ask that you take care of yourself and your loved ones, look after your physical and mental well-being, be kind to yourself, take time out, and be present at family events. And finally, I ask that in a country with so much inequality and poverty, hunger, that you remain humble, you remain grounded, and that you never lose your humanity. I now ask that we all stand to sing the national anthem, and this will be led by our academic registrar, Mrs. Kanzi.
Nkosi sikeleli Afrika, maluphakanyiso kondomayo, izwa imithandazo yethu, Nkosi sikelela thina lusapho lwayo, murena buluka sitshaba sa Yesu, ufedise dintwadi matshwenye, usibuluke, usibuluke sitshaba sa Yesu, sitshaba sa South Africa, South Africa. 80 ploeg van onze hemel, 80 diepte van ons Heer. Oor ons ewige gevegtes, wat die kranse antwoord gee. Sals the call to come together, and united we shall stand. Let us live and strive for freedom in South Africa, our land.
Please be seated. by the power vested in me and on behalf of the Senate, I now dissolve the proceedings of the CMSA. I request that all our new diplomats, fellows and certificates remain in their seats for a group photograph with the CMSA leadership and the academics. I ask that we all stand while the stage party leaves the hall. That's for you, by the way.
Gaudeamus igitur, juvenes dum sumus. Gaudeamus igitur, juvenes dum sumus. Post juculam juventutem, post molestam senectutem, nos habebitus, nos habebitus. Gaudeamus igitur, juvenes dum sumus. Gaudeamus igitur, juvenes dum sumus. Post juculam juventutem, post molestam senectutem, nos habebitus, nos habebitus. Gaudeamus igitur, juvenes dum sumus. Gaudeamus igitur, juvenes dum sumus. Post juculam juventutem, post molestam senectutem, nos habebitus, nos habebitus. Hail to you, and hail to all.
Good evening, sir.
Hail to
Can I
our
ask all of you to
soul.
move upstairs for the group photo? We're doing it here at the back. So as soon as the guests move down, please everybody move upstairs for the group photo. Can I ask all of you to move this side? And if you can please move from the stairs to the right.